listening to the Average Talents Podcast with your host, Ralph.
How would you feel if Uncle Cletus came over and decided he wanted to fuck your asshole?
Ramsey.
And at one point, he was letting go of the pilot and just holding on with one hand. Like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Ray.
I haven't seen someone try to get a Thai boy out of a hole this frantically since I walked in on Kevin Spacey in the men's room at a Chuck E. Cheese.
And Joe.
I'm not going to sit down and watch that show and then tweet actresses or actors and be like, this show sucks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Average Gentleman's Podcast. We're going to kick things off with Soon Out of the Week. This week, we've got Larry Baer, CEO of the San Francisco Giants. Fucked up this weekend by, I guess, assaulting his wife in public.
Yep.
TMZ has a video. He was trying to reach some kind of, I guess, paper or phone from his wife. They got into a screaming match. She fell off a chair, and it was all caught on video. So now I guess he apologized, unacceptable behavior, stepping away from his position as CEO, and things got out of hand, and he's screwed over for a little bit.
Yeah, you can't do that.
When I saw the link for that, I was hoping it was the New York Giants, and then I clicked it, and I was like,
"Come on, Ralphie! They don't beat anybody."
Yeah. Well, except their kicker.
So
Yeah.
that got my hopes up, and then I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, so I don't know.
If you're going to do that in public,
Yeah.
what goes on in private?
Yeah, that's the bigger issue.
Yeah.
It's clearly not the first time anything like this has happened.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's
You don't just snap.
Yeah.
Like
if
that.
you're a public figure though, like just
it's anybody. It's anybody.
anybody.
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah, that's true.
in general,
I would have never picked that guy out as someone
No.
famous.
a wife beater,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was an event, right? Like he was at.
It looks
an
like they were
event.
at some kind of
They were at, like,
event,
some
yeah.
kind of
I think
team event.
that's just someone seeing that and just recording. I don't think they knew.
And
Oh
then
my
when
god,
it comes-
that's
Yeah.
the owner of the
Yeah,
of the
so
Giants.
I-
Let me
well, I mean-
videotape it.
If it was an event, they probably knew who it was, and then they saw the altercation, started videotaping. I mean, I heard, or TMZ was saying that two people kind of intervened and try and calm the situation down. But
Yeah, I'm sure that happens anytime a guy's arguing with a woman, even regardless if they're husband, wife, whatever.
yeah, raise your voice and cause
Yeah.
a scene, and it becomes a big issue. So I don't know. He's gonna step away for a little bit. He was named COO back in '96, so he's been there for a while.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
has so much money.
yeah.
Think about how much money he's made since '96
Is
to
he,
now.
but he's not the owner. He's the
He's just CEO.
CEO. Yeah. I
So-
forget that like organizations have like a hierarchy like that.
Yeah, like C-level.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
yeah, but a lot of them like,
CTO, like there's there's
like
all
I'm
that
sure
shit.
Jerry's just the
Well, he
every-
probably,
Jerry's
everything
everything. Jerry's got every
everything
title.
down to
well, I think that's why I forget is because I'm so honed in on the Cowboys and it's just like, oh, Jerry Jones runs everything, and if it's not Jerry Jones, it's Steven Jones. And
even
that's
the
it.
other team, like the Yankees, Steinbrenners,
It's the Steinbrenners,
and,
yeah.
and Cashman.
Yeah,
Like Cashman because,
yeah, because he's
but like this guy, you wouldn't know. I wouldn't know who he was if I
If Jerry
tripped over him on the
was a
street.
little younger, he'd be taking snaps.
oh, 100%. He'd be out there trying to run like the wing T offense and be like, I was tight end back in college. He'd be doing it.
That's why we still have Jason Garrett as a coach. Jerry needs a stooge.
He did say he's on the hot seat. Not to get into that whole realm, but
He's always on the hot seat.
Yeah.
when
He's been on the hot seat for years. His ass is numb to it.
well, technically, if he's a ginger, isn't every seat he sits on hot? Right? If
I
his
think so.
if he's a ginger, every seat he sits in is hot,
That's right.
and he doesn't have a soul.
And he doesn't have a soul. Pale devil. No. All right. Yeah. So, Larry Baer. Sorry, dude. Soon out of the week.
Sorry,
No-
not sorry.
No
Yeah,
apologies
no
for
apologies.
you, pal.
And that's about all the baseball talk we'll do.
Yeah.
Season.
Season.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about maybe Bryce Harper sometime later going to Philly.
Probably not.
Doubtful.
Should we?
No. He got a huge deal. No, whatever. We'll talk about
Yeah.
it later.
Quarterbacks make more money on average.
Yeah. Well,
I don't like to talk Philly for anything, really.
Well, they'll hate him in 2 years. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Him and Machado will be on the Yankees in 4 years.
See, but
Probably.
even like now that we got onto it, like
Yeah, we're here.
why don't you strike while the iron's hot while they're in their 20s? And so like the Yankees for years have just gotten guys after their prime or on the downslope of their
Yeah,
prime.
they're saying they're not making the revenue that they used to make anymore, and that's why they're not willing to do that.
Like starting with David Justice
Yeah,
into Jason Giambi into
I mean,
all these.
it
other
was just their
guys.
thing.
Yeah.
But now their thing is the opposite. Now their thing is to grow these homegrown guys, and I mean, don't get me wrong, they have John Carlos Stanton. He was like Bryce
they
Harper
go- yeah.
before Bryce
and
Harper.
Aaron Judge, all these.
But
guys.
Judge was homegrown. I'm
Yeah,
saying they
like,
went and got
yeah.
Stanton. So I don't know. Baseball's a mess. Like one of the best pitchers in the MLB is just still a free agent. What the spring training started? Why is he not on the team? He was like a Cy Young Award winner 2 years ago.
I don't know.
The whole thing's weird. Baseball's a weird sport.
Yeah, we'll get into it maybe when we actually get a
When real games start.
Maybe an actual baseball fan comes in and chats with us.
Do we know any? Are there any left?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, a couple.
I got a couple guys.
Yeah.
On that.
I think Steven's into baseball.
It's not overwhelmingly surprising.
No, I do think we should do a trip to a baseball game as a podcast. Not Yankees, because that's crazy expensive, but maybe like the Jackals that play in Montclair. We'll just take a trip out there.
Maybe.
$1 beer night one night.
We could do a live stream from our phones.
Yeah.
See how that works.
Yeah, it works. Why not?
All right, moving on. So, I know you guys didn't watch, but I watched Leaving Neverland.
I want to watch. I
Yeah, it's
definitely do.
on the list.
It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. So you focus around two guys. First guy's name is James Safechuck. So he's the first guy. And then the second guy is Wade Robson. So James Safechuck, I don't know if you remember, 1987 Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
I wasn't born yet. But
Yeah, me either.
Well, if you go back on YouTube and you look for it. So you probably might have seen it.
I was
right?
4 years old, but I'm sure
Well, yeah.
sure
I
I
mean,
recognize it.
It was probably on at some point after, for maybe a few years even. But it was the, I guess, Michael Jackson first Pepsi commercial, and this is the kid that was in it. He was, I guess, trying to be a child actor or whatever, and so Michael Jackson formed this relationship with this kid and his family while they were living in California. What he was saying was that once the commercial was filmed, Michael would kind of just go to their house like as much as possible, hang out with the family, hang out with the kid, and then at some point they just got so comfortable with him that they would just leave the kid alone with Michael in his room for
there's no
hours.
red flags when a grown man wants to hang out in a room with your
But
kid.
how
how old
old
Michael
was
Jackson?
he back then?
7, 8, 9.
It's 87. That's 30 years ago.
Yeah, the kid's like
Yeah, how old was Michael Jackson in 87? In his
No younger
20s?
than-
well
no younger than 20.
In 2009 he was 50. He died when he was 50.
So he was born in 59.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, so in the 80s.
So 18. That's still
Well, no.
that's weird.
If it was
No.
87, the commercial probably
But
filmed it.
87 to
He's in his 20s.
Yeah, he was on his way to 30.
Yeah, he's like late 20s.
So yeah, so this kid is 8, 9 years
That's-
old, right? And he's got a full grown man hanging out with him. So it gets really weird. So when Michael Jackson would just kind of go out on tours and all, like he would call the house every week, call the kid every week, like mostly talk to the kid, and then occasionally talk to the mother, but never talk to the father, never talk to any other siblings or anything like that. It's like the way they were talking
Weird.
about it was really weird. And then he was saying when he was 10 years old, they had a mock wedding. Like the kid and Michael Jackson had a mock wedding. Michael Jackson gave him a ring. And like they had just like they were just together privately, and like no one else was around, and they just pretended to have a wedding.
Yeah, that's fine if it's two 7-year-olds, not if it's a 7 and a 27-year-old.
Like it just gets really weird. So then I don't know when they said that he got his ranch or whatever. The whole
Yeah,
Neverland
Neverland.
ranch. But at some point, like he would pay for the family to go on vacations with them, like private jets and all this other. Like it's just crazy, right? So then he was saying as he got older, Michael Jackson would have less interaction with him, right? And then I guess that's where he moves on to this other guy, Wade. So at some point, this kid and Wade had met each other at Michael's Neverland Ranch, whatever. But Wade was the new kid. So Wade was some kid from Australia who was really good at dancing. Somehow him and his family won like free tickets to a show. They met Michael Jackson backstage. The next night he had another concert there, and then he decided he was going to bring the kid up on stage and like dance with a bunch of kids, whatever. And then also befriended the family here. And
Yeah,
Wade.
Yeah, the pattern.
you see the pattern,
Yeah,
right?
now, is this kid the same age as the other one
So
was?
so
when
he was 7. He was 7.
Yeah. So he transitioned once the one gets to a certain age. It
Goes to another one. So then, Wade was talking about all this crazy stuff about it had like there was like one first night when he was 7 years old where there was like a sexual encounter, and he went to like kind of graphic detail, and he was like, I was like, it's fucking weird. It's fucked up. Like it's another scenario. So it's another scenario where the parents again left a 7-year-old with a fully grown man.
Yeah.
It's whether it doesn't matter who it is. It's just another situation where like, not like okay.
How do you get yourself into that situation? You guys have kids. Would you ever let that happen?
No, and that's let me play devil's advocate here. I mean, not going to contest anything didn't happen.
Well, this is all allegedly, right?
The
But
rumors
it's
have been going on for years,
since 1993 with the first trial.
Yeah, when there's smoke, there's fire with this kind of shit.
And they go into that. Also. So I'll talk more about that.
But why now does this come out?
Well, all right. So
guy's dead.
This guy Wade.
Okay, this is all one-sided.
Yeah, he has no defense.
Well, so this guy, yeah, exactly. But this guy Wade apparently came out once before, and I guess sued Michael Jackson, but I think he already died at that point, and the judge turned it over.
But why wait till he's dead?
Yeah, why wait till he's dead?
For me, that sparks.
So you gotta watch it.
Maybe he got hush money, and then when he's dead, he's like, "Oh, now I'm not. My NDA is not going to be out.
Yeah, you nobody knows, right? He doesn't like.
Yeah.
If there was an NDA, like he's not going to be able to say, or maybe he should be able to say, like, I signed it or whatever. But what they make it seem like was that Michael Jackson was coaching them straight from the beginning. Don't tell anybody what we're doing. We both will go to jail if they find out. And the way that they made it seem was that every time they met, he kept reiterating the same thing. Don't tell anybody. Don't do this. We will both go to jail. Our families will go to jail. The whole and just
so scare tactics.
So basically,
that's like prototypical behavior.
Yeah,
if you watch any of those, like they catch a predator, like the R. Kelly shit, and all.
Yeah, but it's probably worse than that because it's like you're deceiving. Like think of it if you're a kid, right? Like if I go and tell my kid like, hey, cereal's bad for you, and every day just
the same thing over and over again,
right? By the time she gets old, I can't have cereal, it's bad for me.
Yeah,
like it like something like that, right? But now you do it 10 times worse, where it's like you're putting them in a situation where you have someone. What they were saying is like God.
Yeah,
remember everybody remembers how Michael Jackson was huge in like the 80s, 90s, right? Like I don't think I've seen any celebrity star power as much as him around the world, not just.
He was the biggest thing running.
Exactly.
At that point.
So you've got this guy that's bigger than life, and he's hanging out with you, and he tells you, and you don't know any better. You're not even a teenager yet, and you don't know any better. And then he's saying, "Don't tell anybody."
Yeah.
That to me, that's even more of a red flag as a father.
Yeah, like,
right.
Why
but you weren't there. You weren't there when he told your kid, like.
No. But I'm saying,
but why let that situation get to that point?
Right.
You're this big superstar. What do you want with my 7-year-old kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, to the point where I'm comfortable leaving you alone.
Well, I think it was to the point where he was telling his parents, he was telling both kids' parents that they're so talented.
Oh yeah,
we can make them, and and then someone else
clouded him with the
giving them all these kind of dreams and hopes and all this other stuff. Thinking that their kid is going to go somewhere.
Yeah, and you should be a part of it.
You should be a part of it. Exactly.
The whole way.
The entire way. Exactly. And they think that, well, I don't want to be a burden on my kid.
Yeah.
That's the way I took it. And it's just a fucked up scenario. Like I said, this is all allegedly stuff. This is all them saying it, but I'm just reiterating from the show. But the kid Wade said that he ended up having like a longer relationship at one point with Michael because it was like he was actually supposed to be in the black and white music video.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that they flew his parents, or they flew him and his mom out to Los Angeles or whatever, and usually all that stuff is paid for. They get there, none of it was paid for. His mom had to pay for everything. Usually there's a car there to pick him up. There wasn't a car. They finally get there. and Macaulay Culkin is there. So now Macaulay Culkin is the next kid, right? And then he said from that point on, like Michael just kind of like Macaulay Culkin was the new kid.
Yeah, he put another one in, took the other one out.
So now this kid basically had nothing, went back to Australia or went back to Los Angeles, whatever, and did his own thing.
Yeah.
But then years later, so I think it was 1993. I mentioned right the first trial.
That's when all the trials started, yeah.
So I guess this was another kid between Macaulay and these guys, and then Michael Jackson come back to both of these guys, asking them to testify on his behalf at this trial.
Yeah.
And they both did, and they said that nothing ever happened because they took it as, you know, it was like Michael never hurt them. They didn't know it was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just so fucking weird.
The whole thing's strange.
You know, and I mean, we all agree, like you don't leave your fucking kid with.
No, yeah, I would take everything in that show. I mean, I would still watch it just out of curiosity.
That's the only reason why I
But-
watched it.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, for sure.
Like-
Yeah.
I mean, there's clear he did something to somebody.
Oh, for
at some
sure.
point.
Yeah,
but
That's
Yeah,
but I will. Yeah.
See, it's very weird, right? Because he's like,
but why capital? Like, well, that's the reason.
to capitalize.
Capitalize.
Yeah.
I mean, well, so the one guy, no one really ever heard of him. The James, Sixer guy.
Yeah.
This guy just came out of nowhere, right? So it was more of like, he's just telling a story, maybe to get money, probably. Who knows? He said he led, a fucked up life after the whole thing and screwed up his head, and it's just all fucked up for him. This other guy, Wade, became like a lead choreographer for like NSYNC, Britney Spears. I think that's what he still does. I have no idea. But he made money after the whole thing. So I don't know if money is actually still an issue for him. He's still living in California, making decent dough.
It could
I
almost be
guess.
therapeutic, I'm sure, for some of them too.
Yeah, but he's already come
out.
out a few times.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not going to speculate on why these people,
No,
the motivation was, but I know Michael Jackson and his family was trying to block this for
Of course.
a very long
Yeah,
time,
I heard
even
about it.
being released, and it was a whole big issue.
but yeah, again, he's here. He's not here to defend himself.
yeah,
I have no
nobody-
sympathy for that. I don't care.
the guy's clearly fucked in the head. I mean,
He did it to somebody somewhere. There's that many people don't say something, and you're the victim.
exactly.
I mean, and it could be like his childhood was all fucked up too. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen documentaries. I don't know if you guys seen documentaries about his life growing up.
No, I mean, I know about
you know,
it.
with his father and his
Yeah.
brothers and all that shit. There's rumors that he was chemically castrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shit like that.
That was a rumor before, like, the internet was around to spread rumors. That's
Yeah.
how, like, powerful that rumor was.
Yeah.
Like, I heard that shit.
Chemically
and-
castrated so
Yeah.
that he can, his voice doesn't drop, get deeper, and he can hit those high notes.
I mean, he died because he was literally taking so much drugs to sleep because he couldn't sleep without drugs.
Yeah.
That shows that he's clearly fucked in the head.
Yeah, he also had that not injury, but the accident with
Yeah.
his head caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of is what
Yeah.
started that whole like his addiction.
Yeah, to that weird doctor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
He's definitely an interesting character, but I have no sympathy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's
Yeah, it's not about. I don't think it's about sympathy. It's
No,
just like why now?
I think I
Just
know.
why in general,
I think I know partially why. It's because of this whole Me Too movement. So I think
yeah.
this
That would make sense.
kind of sits.
But is
In
it
that-
really
in that
because
range.
of the Me Too movement, or did someone think, "Oh, this movement's going on. I can capitalize on it"?
Well, no, I think they're one and the same. Like,
Yeah.
they see that there's a movement to get scumbags out of Hollywood.
But he's
Especially Hollywood.
already dead. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, but people always take their shots.
Of course.
That's an easy shot because he can't
That's
defend
what I'm
himself.
saying.
Yeah.
So
Right.
There was a period like not too long ago where it seemed like every other day there was another TV personality or actor that was molesting someone.
yeah, oh yeah, it was like every week there was
Yeah.
someone
Someone
sexually
new.
harassing
Yeah.
someone, or yeah,
Someone new. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just interesting now that Oprah also jumped in
I'm
on
not
that.
sure about her.
You know,
I've never been a fan of
Listen,
her.
I'm gonna still listen to Michael Jackson's music. I feel bad for all of his victims,
Oh,
but
yeah, if
it was an
if
integral
you-
part of my childhood, his music. So
if you judged every
rumor.
musician artist on their personal lives, you couldn't.
yeah,
enjoy
you-
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that and athletes, you'd have no hobbies.
couldn't enjoy sport. Look at football players. Look at it. Like,
I know.
you can't.
Yeah, I laugh when people do that shit to me. Like I've gotten arguments with people like I can never like the Eagles. I'm like, why? They signed Michael Vick. I'm like, yeah, they also like drafted a guy who punched a woman in the face. Like, you're gonna draw the line at dogfighting? Come on.
Some people are really attached to their dogs.
Speaking of that, has anyone
people
seen this
are weird with
controversy
pets.
PETA?
What?
Like,
I mean, they're
with the
a piece
Steve
of
Irwin
shit
thing.
organization.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the Steve Irwin thing, like,
What's the Steve Irwin thing?
Oh, the tweet they put out.
so they
Like if he wasn't messing
Google,
around. Yeah.
Google did like a dedication to Steve Irwin. You know how like they do their logo.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, so they PETA came out and said, well, if Steve Irwin was leaving harmless animals alone for all those years, he wouldn't have died. But however they worded it,
Almost exactly like that, I think.
and there was like outrage from people out there, like he was a conservationist, blah blah blah.
Yeah, he did more for animals than they ever did.
So then like there was this thing going around, like, because if you tag them and put donate, no matter what you say, you get an automatic bot response.
Yeah.
All right, so some people were saying hashtag for all the hamburgers in the world, hashtag donate, and then that PETA would respond, thank you for starting a donation. Here's how to complete it. And like there was people were saying crazy shit. I was cracking up reading all of them. But like,
It's a garbage organization.
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Did you see the story that went out around the same time? They stole a puppy from so activists will go around and steal. They don't think anybody should have any pet, period.
Right.
They stole a 9-year-old girl's little dog and euthanized it.
Why?
That's just what they do.
That was one of the things I saw.
Yeah.
It said, we're going to go steal some animals off people's porches.
Yeah,
Hashtag,
they literally took a dog.
Donate. And then it was the same thing.
They took the dog. I think they $60,000. Like they settled in court for like some crazy amount of money.
That's ridiculous.
But that poor little girl, 9-year-old girl, had this beautiful, like this adorable little puppy, and they just fucking took it off the
You
porch.
got to check it out later.
euthanized
You'll
it.
crack up with like what people were saying to
Oh,
them.
here we go. I got the tweet. So it goes, Steve Irwin was killed while harassing a ray. He dangled his baby while feeding a crocodile and wrestled wild animals who were minding their own business. Today's Google Doodle sends a dangerous warning message. While wild animals are entitled to be left alone in their natural habitats.
He taught more people about animals than anyone ever, period.
There was
Him and Jack Hanna.
outrage from people out there. Outrage.
Yeah.
I was
Fuck
cracking
PETA.
up.
They're one of the few organizations that you can wholeheartedly say, fuck them. Just,
I don't know if some of these were made up, but I was still laughing.
it's still,
a lot.
someone had to think of the idea to make it up, so it's still funny.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Here we go. I supported PETA with a fixed amount of money every month. That was until I read this tweet. Oh, that's stupid.
Oh, man.
It really. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear about it.
No, I mean, I heard about the doodle thing,
Yeah.
but I didn't hear
No,
past that.
I was on. I think when did this come out? I was in California when I saw
it was when he died. His kids are into it now, Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Like both
Yeah.
of his kids are in the same, line of work.
Yeah. His son was on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
A few times recently.
Yeah.
He brought on a bunch of animals, just like he did.
Yeah, he should be. He
Yeah.
should be his dad.
Yeah, but that's what I was reading. Is like he set up a big conservation center.
Oh yeah, raised a
saved
shit ton of
countless
money.
animals,
Mhm.
and they're, you know what I mean. It's
And
just
PETA murders dogs
Yeah. Fucking
for fun.
All right. Moving on. What do we got
let's get off
next?
that shit.
Oh, we got some wrestling stuff. King Kong Bundy passed away today.
yeah. I
Rest
really
his
didn't know
soul.
much about him.
I
He
didn't
was
know
big
he
in
was.
the 80s.
Little
Yeah,
before my
before
time.
us.
Yeah, no, he was big. Back WrestleMania 2, but
He
his
came back
age-
in the 90s, but it wasn't like
his age seems
was a
off for
gimmick.
me. He died at
61.
61.
yeah. But think about it. Like,
He
guys
must have been
like
super young when he
Ric
got
Flair's only 70 this year.
Right.
Hulk Hogan's only in his 60s, but they've been doing it for so
I
long.
guess.
if you do
Undertaker's
something-
only,
Yeah,
what,
when you-
50 something?
That's a
Yeah.
weathered 70.
If you've been doing it for 40 years and you started in your 20s,
Yeah.
Yeah,
look where you're at now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that at his age, I was like, man, I would have thought he would have been older.
There's a couple guys. Even what's it called? Lou Perry when he died
Yeah,
in his 50s. I was like, wait, what?
Well, he had a stroke. It's not
Yeah,
like
but I would have never thought he was that.
that old.
Yeah, I would have thought he was like in his 40s, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess I don't realize
Yeah,
how
that's
old I
sad
am.
news too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You guys watch 90210 back in the day?
No.
Nah,
I did.
My father was big into it.
we were young.
Your father what?
My father.
What about
Really?
Dude, I know
My
a
father
lot,
would
like-
watch it all the
Yeah,
time.
there's a lot of
like
guys.
addicted to it.
They just announced they're bringing it back.
My
Yeah, I
girlfriend
know.
was a big fan.
Right,
With
right
most
before
of-
his
yeah.
stroke.
Yeah.
right before his stroke.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't signed. He didn't sign.
He
up
wasn't
for
part of it. No,
Oh no, oh, okay.
I don't think he get out of his Riverdale.
his Riverdale
thing.
deal. Well,
There was a meme that I saw of Jason Priestley and Jenny Garth together.
mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Hey Luke, I got her now."
Oh, it's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't really know much about the show, but I'm sure that's.
Yeah, I only know from like listening to.
So it
other
was
shit.
it's like a thing on the show where Jason Priestley and Luke Perry were basically they were best friends and they were fighting over the same girl, and then they ended up both dating her at some point. And I forget whether who went with who at the end, but yeah. So now the other guy got her back. And he was just like, "Hey, Luke, I got her now."
Fucked up.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, people are fucked up.
I know.
The internet always wins.
His son is into wrestling.
Yeah, I
Is
saw
it?
that too.
in-
He signed for AEW.
Yeah, AEW.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is
Forgot
he?
Look
his
at that
name.
full circle.
How old is he? Is he young?
I think
I'm
20s.
guessing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he can be
Your low
super
20s.
Yeah.
So,
Working company.
moving on to something else. Brenda's beaver needs a barber.
Oh my god.
So,
Book for children of all ages.
yeah.
No bullshit on that.
No, definitely a children's book.
So we found a few books. Well, I found one book. I sent it out to the guys, and I really needed to share with everyone else. It's a animated or illustrated book, really. The title is Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber. Some of the captions is just really funny. This is a 5-series book. 5-series collection.
Yeah, the
box
author
set.
has. Yeah, the author has 5 books.
And I'll give you some of the names of the titles because it's fucking hilarious. First book. Well, Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber. Next one is Susie Likes to Look at Balls. Come Swing with Us. Spank the Monkey Lends a Hand. Put Tony's Nuts in Your Mouth. And that's it.
Dude, now why is all that funny?
Yeah.
You dirty-minded perverts.
Listen, you want to read a caption? Go ahead. Read,
Yeah.
Ray, pick it up. Read one of the.
Pick one
What
of
is
the.
that?
Ralph, you pick it up.
All right, here.
I'll let you do
Pick a page. Any page.
do the beach one
The beach one.
when she puts on the swimsuit.
Okay. Brenda took her beaver for a swim down at the lake. By the looks of it, she figured that was a mistake. She stuffed her furry mound into a swimming suit. It stuck all around. It was anything but cute. Some who saw it laughed. Others were just stunned. Brenda's beaver was hanging out, soaking up the sun.
So what's
Okay.
wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. Just a
Nothing
lady
wrong
and her
with that.
pet.
It's a
Her
pet
aquatic pet.
beaver. Pet beaver. She put it in a
In a bathing
Borat.
suit. It was literally a Borat suit.
Yeah.
It was. It's the Borat suit.
Uh huh. See, I don't know, man. That's
That's fucking
see, like,
hilarious.
do you think that's made to make parents laugh while they're entertaining their children? Because your children are gonna have no idea.
Of course, they're gonna have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I would never read it. So I couldn't
I
read
couldn't
that
do
to
it.
my
I
kid
couldn't,
because my kids would repeat it to
Yeah.
others.
That's exactly the problem. Like, they absorb that shit.
I can read
It's
it with a straight face to
completely
anybody.
innocent.
I
No,
can go to a
we-
nursing home and read that with a straight face.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But you don't have kids yet. Wait, just
Yeah.
wait.
And they go to school and be like, hey, my daddy told me all about Brenda's beaver and his bushy.
Good point.
You know what? They're gonna go to school. They're gonna ask them, "What's your favorite book?" Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber. They're gonna be like, "What? Can you bring that book in?" And then you're gonna be called into school.
Yep.
Maybe Dyfus.
That's what's gonna happen.
Maybe.
It'll be a close call. I can't believe you got away with that. And my fucking book's still getting published.
It's nuts, right?
No, I mean, in reality, it's just pretty fucking funny.
It is funny,
Yeah.
but like,
Like-
There's a couple of series out. Like there's another one by another author. Do you want to play with my balls?
Yeah. there's so many innuendos to go there and just make him innocent and funny.
see, that's what I'm just wondering though. Is it made more for the parents or more for the kids?
Maybe we write one.
We should.
I could.
Guys,
probably-
writing children's
Hey,
books
maybe
is
if
easy,
you would
I
have
can tell
put
you
through
that.
some sexual innuendos into your book,
Maybe it'd been picked up,
It would've
right?
been published.
Shit.
You should find out who the publisher is of this book.
Yeah, and just go after them. Be like, hey, listen.
You publish this book.
Yeah, you published something about Brenda's dirty beaver.
Hairy Beaver.
Hairy
Not
Beaver.
dirty, it's hairy.
You don't know if that later in the series.
You know what? I didn't get past
Yeah,
the beach
I
scene.
didn't go too far past.
Oh, here you go. Here's the publisher. Ready?
Yeah.
Reach Around Books.
Oh, see, perfect.
Oh, bullshit.
I swear to God.
Yeah, it's just probably a comedy series of books.
Oh, you know what, man? anything can get made in this world.
Dude, I read
And
like
the-
50 books a day.
here's a good
If I had
one,
one
ready?
that made me laugh,
And
I'd
the
love it.
Bulls one, the publisher is Bum Books.
Oh, so this person self-publishes.
Here you go. Here's another kid's book for you. Nobody likes a cock block.
Yeah, these people are self-publishing.
4.5 stars.
Nobody likes a cock block.
Nobody likes.
Well,
a
you
cock
can
block.
post you can put any book on Amazon if you make it yourself and print it
Yeah.
yourself. You don't have to like go through the whole that true channel.
32 pages of inappropriate prose that will leave you laughing about your sad life.
I don't need a
There's
book.
a lot of
I
shit.
don't need a book to make me inappropriate.
No, but there's a lot of stuff like that that's like unintentionally dirty, or they sneak it into kid stuff. Like if you
All
watch like
cartoons.
Disney
Yeah.
movies, like they're always sneaking
Listen.
things in that you're like, wait a minute.
Watch a Disney movie as a kid, then watch it as an adult,
Yep.
and you see all the
Shrek should be rated R.
Why?
Watch Shrek.
No, why? I've watched Shrek. Why? I've
As an
watched it as
adult?
an adult. Yes. Tell me why.
There was
should be
a
rated
lot
R.
of crazy stuff in there. I
Good.
can't think of stuff off
Give
my
me,
head.
give me an example. Go
I
ahead.
can't think of something off my head.
You better find something because now it's going to be
Shrek of all
on
movies.
this
Is
show.
it Donkey? Is it the Donkey? Because Eddie Murphy.
it's on the show now, and you got to explain yourself.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
Here. I'm just telling you, the last time I watched it,
Of all movies, Shrek. That's an interesting one.
they're talking about when he's walking into the castle. Do you think he's compensating for something? the whole thing when they get into the castle with the wipe your hands, wipe your face, and the ass thing. When the
haven't seen it
the
so long.
diagram singing at them. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a reference to cops in the O.J. Simpson chase. I'm telling you.
They sneak a lot of stuff. Even like we were a little older than it, but like Angry Beavers. Like
Lord
they snuck-
Farquaad is whacking it at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's rough. Yeah, they play around with a lot of that. Isn't there like a 69 joke or a sex joke in The Lion King?
I don't know. They
Like the
total line.
clouds. Yeah.
They total line. Like even like Rocko's Modern Life back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But that
yeah.
was
Ren and Stimpy. Those were like meant to.
to total line.
Teeter, yeah.
They won't even play that stuff anymore.
No
No,
way.
not anymore.
I wish those shows
Oh,
are so
those
funny.
are so good.
I
I miss good cartoons like
Incredible-
that.
I watched some
Captain Toast-Land, what is it called?
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry, like the original
Oh,
Tom
like
and
the-
Jerry.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
you
60s
can never
and-
put that on TV now. They're smoking.
Yeah.
They're shooting each other.
Yeah,
Well,
that
that's
would
that's
never
even
go.
like old school Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Like
scene
awesome.
that's going around the internet all the time. It's Bugs Bunny, and he's going to woo a lady, and he pulls out a cigarette roller and rolls his own cigarette and then lights it and blows a cloud of smoke into a heart around her face. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew, that dude,
Most kids
he's a
now,
rapist. That guy was a rapist.
Yeah.
most kids now probably
That's a
don't
Me
even
Too
know.
movement right there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, most kids now probably don't even know who the Looney Tunes are.
They will when LeBron releases Space Jam 2.
They'll only know the.
It'll flop.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna ruin that like he did to the Lakers.
No, that's true, but that won't flop.
Yeah, so the Looney Tunes,
Straight to
they
DVD.
will only know the popular characters like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck,
Yeah.
Babs.
Unless their parents are smart enough to show them the cool old cartoons.
I don't even think they would know Babs.
Nah, I think
Nah.
just Bugs Bunny. To be
Well,
honest
she was
with
in the
you.
first
Daffy
one.
Duck.
She was in the
Maybe
first Space
Daffy.
Jam.
Daffy Duck, Sylvester.
I don't even think Sylvester, right?
Yeah, like you're not going to show him like Foghorn
Porky
Leghorn.
Pig.
He's not going to be around here. You're not going to watch a Hunter.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Nope.
No.
I mean, I'm
Why?
definitely
Why?
gonna show
Because
my
he's got a
son.
stutter.
Unless they make
But
him,
no, Elmer Fudd, I think so because of the ending of
they might make him a vegan picking
credits.
flowers. You never know in this
Ooh,
day
yeah.
and age.
But
I
vegans
don't know.
kill
He's
bugs.
got the stutter, so maybe they'll take the stutter away.
Or they show that he overcomes
that-
it.
or is
Oh,
that
yeah,
that's
no,
Porky
they
Pig?
they should embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Porky Pig, by the way.
yeah, that's Porky Pig.
Yeah, Porky Pig.
What does he have?
I'm going to show all my kids that.
He's just slow.
He's just like, yeah.
a slow,
He's a little,
redneck kind of guy.
I think it's, yeah, he's like just a
what it is.
redneck.
Yeah. Look at us talking about our old cartoons.
But that was good stuff. Shit nowadays sucks.
Yeah, I don't
Nothing
like
nothing happened to us.
No, we're fine.
No,
We grew up fine for the most part.
I think we're the sweet spot.
We've got a,
I do. I think we're the
we've got
sweet
a
spot.
podcast. Look at us.
I think our age range is in the sweet spot of we were old enough to see the internet be born and
Wait,
understand
our
it.
age range
But
or
we're all relatively in the same age range. Like, I think we were old enough to see the internet come to life and understand how to use it really well and understand how dangerous it could be
not dependent on it.
and not dependent on it. Where the people that are younger than us are
No,
super dependent on it.
I'm dependent on it.
No, but not like to the extent like these kids are. Like,
yeah, I know.
and then
Like-
people older than us
like-
don't understand it.
The instant gratification.
Yeah. Like there's a story going around right now on the internet about the NBA because Adam Silver said NBA players, there's a big problem that NBA players are never happy, and he links it directly to social media. because he just thinks they're always looking for a better situation, and they're just constantly lonely, even though they're surrounded by so many people and have access to so many people. And I think that's a kind of.
But it's also 24/7 criticism. That's
well, they don't have
openly
but,
after.
but they choose to tap into that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to choose to tap into that, and they choose to tap into it despite having an inner circle of people who would drop, to do anything for them.
That's the average person though. That
Well, yeah, but he's saying that's why the NBA he like
that's why I don't get Facebook.
Well, that's why, but he's saying that's why the NBA is constantly changing people and people are never happy. It's because of that instant gratification is not there. They're like, oh, well, there's something better out here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean that you don't get Facebook?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I don't get the need for it. And I know I'm probably maybe one of 10 people in the world that don't have a Facebook.
50% of this people in this room don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
The only reason I even keep I don't have it on my phone. I can't tell you the last time I logged in. I only keep it to have the old stuff that I have on there already.
There are people that are glued to they
100%. We know people very close in our lives.
So I use it, right? So I have it. I use it. There were a few things I use it for. For one, I use it for this show.
Well,
right?
yeah.
That's I've got, I don't know, maybe like 300-400 like as friends and family and stuff like that. But most of the people that I have as friends on there are people I've met over the years, whether it's old coworkers, friends, this, that, whatever, people from college, high school, whatever. But then there's also family that I have, scattered around the world that I'm also friends with. And it really, for me, it's more of like I'll scroll through. I don't really give a shit about what Joe Schmo is doing on fucking Friday. I just fucking pass that shit.
It's a thumb treadmill. You're just like
basically right. And at this point, like I for some reason I like it's like not where I get my news, but it's like I have NBC News, ABC News.
Yeah, you get information, not news, but you get information.
Yeah, just look at information, and you see like, oh, this happened, and you click on the link and you see whatever.
Yeah,
but there's other ways to like Twitter does that.
Yeah, I use Twitter for that. I'm not a Facebook guy.
I have a Twitter account. I maybe have had my personal Twitter, like a handful of tweets.
Right.
Yeah.
And the rest is just following stuff for information.
And and it's like same thing. We do stuff with this show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You try to engage with people.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, it's just like, it's almost like YouTube at the same time, right? You get like these pages that you'll happen to find a page that kind of puts out a random video about something. Maybe it piques your interest. You click on the video, you start watching. It was cool with that before they started doing the ads. Once the ad kicks in, I just keep scrolling at that point.
Yeah. To me, Facebook's like a tool that I guess it can't be a tool if it evolves, but like it evolved past what I wanted it for. When I first started Facebook, and you guys were around, like I was just going into college, and it was just kicking off. So
and
you needed an EDU.
It was just
college.
You needed a college.
You needed a .edu.
Yeah.
You needed a .edu to join it. And by the time I got out, so 4 years in college. By the time I got out of college, it was a whole other animal.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to see that leap in the 4 years. Because originally it was like, all right, this is how I'm going to keep up with all my high school friends. Like we can post stuff on here. We can talk about stuff on here. My college friends, I met people who I were in class with who like you never talked to.
Yeah.
But like you knew that they were there. So if you needed help with something, or it was a cool tool to have. And then, you posted pictures so you could see what your friend who you were best friends with 6 months ago, who now is in the other side of the country, is doing on his weekend, because texting wasn't as big. And
yeah, see, I got on Facebook after all that.
And then I slowly got away with it. I had a MySpace too.
I think MySpace is kind of what drove Facebook in that direction.
Yeah.
Because MySpace was open to everyone, and they saw how they were growing.
Yeah, and now I mean, nobody fucking uses it anymore, right? But Facebook still has held its own for a little while. I mean,
Mark Zuckerberg lost $9 billion last year.
Well, yeah, but look how far it's still going.
It's unbelievable.
I'm surprised that it didn't die yet, like MySpace.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet the other day.
Maybe because nothing else.
You guys are like this.
What would happen if Facebook just shut down for one day?
Oh, the fucking world!
The world.
Have you ever seen
what would happen?
Have you ever seen what happens when Facebook shuts down for an hour?
If their servers go down.
To me, Facebook is down 24/7 because I don't have one.
The world.
Oh my god, people freak the fuck out. Yeah.
People forget how to just communicate with each other.
Well, I think that's social media in general. Fucking up
I shouldn't single out.
Facebook
I shouldn't single out Facebook. That shit.
They're the biggest culprit. I mean,
yeah, no, like literally, it's in the news. Facebook is down,
Yeah.
and it just spreads like wildfire. Like it's holy fuck.
Twitter's like that too.
Everyone loses their fucking minds when Facebook is down.
Yeah. I mean, I can't do it anymore. As soon as my mom and she might hear this, as soon as she got on and started posting every 5 minutes, that's when I stopped using it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, people spend more time documenting their life on Facebook or any kind of social media than actually living life.
Facebook in general has turned into older people, like 40 and up, and that's the key demographic. Like younger people, from what I understand, and from the few that I talk to, are completely off Facebook. It's Instagram, it's Snapchat, it's TikTok, it's
that's what it is. A lot of them are still on Instagram, which is
Facebook owned. Yeah,
by Facebook.
Yeah, but it's more popular than Facebook was or is.
Well,
if I was to get social media, it would be Instagram.
I like Instagram. I have an Instagram too. I like Twitter the best, and then Instagram.
But I'm not getting social media.
Instagram's cool because you don't have to read anything.
Yeah.
You just skip it. You don't have to read or listen or watch.
Hey, what's the quote from what the hell's that show? From I can't think. Ralphie, you watch this show.
Who's in it?
Yeah, give us a reference.
The
Killing
with the two girls.
Two broke girls?
Yes.
Oh, I don't watch that show.
I watched that show. I stopped it for like season 4, but yeah.
What the hell she said? I think she said Twitter. Instagram is Twitter for people who can't read.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, about right. Yeah, I like Twitter. Twitter's where I get most of my information and news than Reddit. But I get why people don't like certain.
I can't seem to. I've tried to navigate Reddit. It's very like.
It takes time. It definitely takes time to get into it.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't.
You have to tailor your feed. Like I've been using it for so long, and I'm always picking up new stuff. Like I'm on this new one. I mean, you use Reddit, right? You use it at all?
Yeah, I use Reddit.
Like,
we were talking about that. Oh, I gotta talk about that.
What? Oh yeah, that Reddit thread. Hold on.
Yeah.
So there's a whole Reddit of it's literally called ghetto fights, and it's just videos that people take of people fighting in the ghetto, and it's the
WorldStar.
funniest. It's WorldStar, but like 30-second clips.
Does WorldStar still exist?
Yeah.
Yeah, the founder died though. That the guy that does the fight compilations and the Vine and all that stuff. Q is his name. He died.
Oh, did he?
So it took a big hit, but it's still there for like music and shit. Like people are still releasing music on it. But yeah, I want to talk about the Reddit thread. That was wild.
Wait. Okay, so not the thread.
Well, the post.
Is there an app for it, or is it just you use your desktop?
No, there's an app. I mean, they have third party. Like I use a third party app called Bacon Reader, and it's a good app. I like it.
Okay, so
yeah, what do you
got? This fucking thing.
The Reddit post.
All right. I don't even know where to start. How to start it? Wait,
so
I gotta find it.
Here, I'll set it
off because I gotta find it.
So the background of this is that on Reddit, so you guys, because you don't use Reddit a lot, it was Ask Reddit, right? It was an Ask Reddit thread.
I think it was an Ask Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on Reddit, you can,
or it was some kind of advice thing. Right?
Yeah, you can basically there's places where you can ask for relationship advice, all that stuff.
Right.
This guy must have posted this message that Rand's about to read, and you're opening it up for comments to hopefully solve an issue, or at least just I want to put the story out there, that kind of stuff.
Just to get the feedback of everyone else that's in the post.
Yeah,
see what they can do, what advice they can give, and figure it out. So here we go.
Under anonymous, they're anonymous.
Yeah, so this is whatever they have a username, but nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
And you kind of give as much detail as you possibly want.
Okay. That's the beauty of Reddit too. It's not like you have friends. Like if you got a Reddit, I would never want to be like, "Hey, what's your thing?" That's not how it works.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ready? I think my girlfriend has been using my gym socks to wipe after going to the bathroom.
Now, don't read the whole thing, but give him
that's the title.
All right. Give him
so Ralph is looking perplexed.
Number 1 or number 2?
Does it matter?
How would you know if it was number 1? That should answer your question.
That's just the title.
Fair point.
Yeah.
That's just the title. All right, so he goes into
If it's number 1, does that make it better?
No, but
a little bit. A little bit. It does a little bit better, right? Like I got no problem if my foot gets a little pee on it. It's a whole different story if my foot has a streak of shit on it.
Yeah.
So, he goes to the story how he's been living with this girl for a little while, and for whatever reason, he has abundance of socks. He has gym socks, carries them like a duffel bag, goes to the gym almost every day, and then just kind of throws them in the hamper and takes new ones and whatever. So he said one day he's noticing that he's got a shortage of socks. He's like, all right, this is kind of weird. So he goes down to the laundry. There's nothing there. Check the dryer, check the washer. There's nothing there. All right, this is weird. Asks his girlfriend
Who
about
does the
socks.
laundry?
Who does the laundry?
She refuses to let him do she does all the laundry for the house.
So he asks her, and she starts to cry. And he's like, all right, this is kind of weird. She won't explain
Little
why.
weird.
And he's trying to like figure out what's going on. And she's not going into the details as far as, what happened. So he's like, all right, well, I'm not going to bring it up again. Let her calm down. He's about to go to work, taking out the trash, finds a shopping bag with what he says it looks like his socks with shit on them. Right, so he's like, "What the fuck?"
He can like see it through the bag.
Like,
It's
he
like
can
a
see through the bag.
ShopRite
So,
or a
yeah,
CVS bag that you can like transparent a little
So
bit.
he's like, "What the fuck? What is this?" So he's like, "All right." Well, he called off his job, and then he's like, goes back inside with the bag, and he goes, "What's this?" And she loses her fucking mind and like attacks him, like, "Why the hell are you bringing this in here? What the fuck's wrong with you?" And like losing her shit on him, and he's like, "What?" At
All right, so I have a question.
Why would you
now.
bring that back in the house? It has shit
That's
on
exactly
it.
what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's basically what she said. Like,
I
why
have a
bring
question.
shit in the house?
Like, could this guy have completely made this story up and nobody would know the difference?
It's
I mean,
possible. It's
Totally,
possible.
but all
Completely possible.
internet stories are like that. He did provide updates, and he, like
Yeah, he provided an update after.
there was details involved that you're like, if you made this up, you should be a
gotta really-
professional
yeah.
writer because like, right? He had
Because
like,
it's very-
it was a very well-rounded story.
Yeah.
So
So he goes into this whole thing, and then he's just trying to wrap his head around it. He can't. Something happens. They get into an argument. She storms off.
Yeah, he
He's
bounced
just
like went to
there.
work, right?
So he went to work. He like didn't want to come home. So he went to stay at a friend's house. I guess that's where he wrote this first post. And then I guess it was the next day.
Yeah, he went back the next day.
He comes home. His wife is home, or his girlfriend's home, and her sister's there. So her sister's there. I'm sorry. He goes in. The girl's crying. The sister's there, like as support, whatever.
She's like packing her
She's
shit
packing
up.
up her
Yeah,
shit 'cause
she's getting ready
she's
to
leaving.
bounce.
Still, this guy has no idea what the fuck's going on, like why this is happening. So then he goes into this whole thing. I think his girlfriend found out that he wrote the post, right? At this point,
No, so he found out what she was doing. She was a germaphobe, and she didn't
no,
want to.
he guessed. He
guessed that she was okay. So he guessed that she was. So yeah, when he gets there, the girlfriend's sister is like, "How dare you, you piece of shit!"
Yeah,
Right?
and then he loses his mind and was like, "She's wiping shit with my socks." Now the sister loses her mind, like
Yeah.
starts
At
bawling.
him, at him,
at him,
not
and
not
then-
at the situation, just at him in general. Like,
and
you're a
then
piece of
she
shit.
starts bawling, and then both girls start bawling.
And then they found out that it was on Reddit. They found out that it was the post somehow. They found the post.
And it was like, you posted it online, and
You posted all that shit online.
they're
Yeah.
both crying hysterically, like hugging each other, like, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Still, she leaves. He's at the home alone.
I'm just gonna clarify. If there's not a final answer to this,
There is.
There
I'm gonna
Well-
cry.
was
I
no
mean-
final answer. He had no idea. He
Well,
has
no.
no.
Yeah, she said she's a germaphobe.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No, I think he guessed that she was a German.
No, it turns out the sister clarified it after they got done fighting.
What
The
the
sister
hell
clarified.
does it
She's a
being
germaphobe, so
have to
she-
do with
She
She
was
can't get
she
shit
was
on her
too
hand.
afraid. She was afraid that toilet paper would rip and her finger would touch the shit.
So she would use.
So
the
she
sock
put the whole
as a
sock
glove?
on her hand
wipe.
and wipe with
And then
that,
just-
and then throw it out.
what if there's a hole in the sock?
Obviously, she wouldn't use that sock.
But
What if she didn't check?
I gotta tell you the
Hopefully
truth.
But socks are like
Yeah, socks are porous too.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah,
Why
Yeah.
not get rubber gloves?
you're gonna wipe your hand with it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Or
You're
get a
absolutely
bidet.
right.
People on there were like, "Why don't you?" Like the comments were like, "Dude, they make a bidet. Like I know you live in America, but just get a bidet."
I would love to try one of those. That's a different. That's
Well,
a different. That's
we
a
can
different
talk-
conversation. But
why,
but-
Ralph?
I don't know.
No, I want to have that conversation now.
No. That's I'm too enthralled by the
By
sock
the
wiping
shitter,
shit.
the sock shitter.
Yeah. Why not just buy a pack of gloves? Explain to your boyfriend what's going on.
Yeah,
Leave it behind the toilet. You wipe your can. You throw a glove on. You wipe your can. Pull the glove off.
and throw it in the garbage.
Throw it in the garbage.
Most of the time, your hand's not gonna have shit on it because everyone wipes their ass. Well, most of the days, and not everyone has shit on their hands walking around all the time.
I mean, how often does it really happen where you do get shit on your hands?
Yeah, I
Once
mean,
in a
I guess
while.
she's a germaphobe,
Once in
but
a
still,
blue moon.
Well,
like,
yeah, once in a blue moon. I know it's happened to everybody,
Yeah.
but
it's just mind-boggling that she went with socks.
Out of the four of us,
Yeah.
put yourself in his position.
Oh, I felt so bad for that guy.
Yeah.
No. That's not where I'm going. Put yourself in their position. Would you post it on the internet?
No.
Probably not.
I probably would. I think I would. You gotta tell that story.
I think you would post it to this group before you'd post it on the internet.
100%. Oh, you guys would know the minute it happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would expect nothing
I
less.
think I would do the
I would
exact same
expect nothing
thing.
less from us.
Yeah.
But to put it out there
Yeah,
on the
I think
internet for every,
I put it on Reddit, yeah. Because
Would
it's
you?
anonymous.
I could
it's
never do
anonymous.
It is
Dude.
anonymous. It is anonymous.
It's so anonymous. Who the fuck would know? He had no idea.
Obviously,
he had no
obviously it's not that
location.
anonymous if this girl.
I mean, if you read about
Well,
someone and their boyfriend breaking up
No,
the
but
same
this
day
is-
that it
this is what
happened,
happened.
about shit on a sock, you're going to be like, it's a pretty easy guess.
Yeah, but this is what
But
happens.
how do you get there?
Because this is
I mean,
what
they
happens.
could be reading your Reddit. Thread.
What happens is the story gets so crazy that
Yeah.
someone picks it up, shares it out. It's like, dude, you gotta read this story.
Yeah,
like I
it
did with you
permeates
guys.
past
Like I did
the-
with you guys.
Yeah.
Right? And be like, holy fuck, what's up with this story? And then it just keeps growing. And once it gets to that point where it's like it's in the
snowball.
top, it's
Yeah.
in the top,
It's a trending topic. You probably saw it on. I bet there's people reacting to it on YouTube. That was like one of the top 100 posts or something
Yeah.
like that. Like it was on every platform. People were loving it. Socks are a good medium.
But now, don't you want to own that?
I mean, he can now. He
He
can
can,
say it's
yeah.
his
The
account.
only
All you have to do is
time-
post a picture of himself.
Where's he? What's
I mean,
the
he's
matter
not
about being
money or
anonymous?
The only time
The
it's
anonymous is the
acceptable to
beginning.
wipe your ass with a sock
Yep.
is if you're stranded in a car somewhere and you have to shit in the
Yeah,
woods
like in the
or
woods,
do
yeah.
something like that and you have nothing else to wipe your ass with.
Here's a story. Night I graduated high school, you go out to the whole thing, and we were drinking beers on the baseball field, and my one friend just didn't like the baseball team and went and took a shit right in the middle of the mound and wiped with both of his socks and left both of his shitty socks on top of the shit.
Good for him.
Right in the middle of the baseball team.
Once we get off, I'm going to ask you what friend that was. 'Cause
I will
I might be able to take a guess.
I don't think you're gonna get it right. We'll
No?
talk. We'll talk
Okay.
about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, but socks. I mean, it works. Sometimes you gotta go.
Well, here's a shit story from when I was a kid. So we lived in a New York City apartment, and my parents had friends over, and it was either friends or family, and I must have been like 2 or 3, and I took a shit behind the couch, and I started smearing it all over the walls.
Wow. Wow. I took a shit in Joe's driveway.
Yeah, that happened when we were kids.
Pulled down the pants and shit right in the driveway.
There's like a 90% chance that's on video.
There was a good reason for that, though, wasn't there?
Was there? I don't
I don't
remember.
think so.
He was lactose intolerant.
No, weren't you interned for riding a car? Or
Oh,
something?
that's what it was. Yeah, you were gonna
Yeah,
get him the
yeah, yeah.
Batmobile. I had a Batmobile. Like
You
one
didn't,
of
want
those
to, you didn't want to miss out your turn.
You know what's pretty stupid though?
Is that what it was?
You know what? But I got to tell you what's pretty. I got to tell you what's pretty stupid.
I think you're right.
I had 4 of those cars myself.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
we were
like
like at my house.
I know, but
don't
it's
know
not
what
like it was new. I had like a little garage for those cars.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss your turn.
I guess that makes
Oh
sense.
man. Yeah. Poop stories are always funny.
Oh man.
My son's going around telling people I poop my pants
That's good.
right now because we're potty training him. I'm like, don't worry. Like, if accidents happen, don't worry. Everyone's like, I pooped my pants when I was
Everybody
little.
poops their pants.
Yeah.
It's the coolest.
He was in the library the other day and told the teacher, my daddy poops his pants.
Oh my god.
What did he say to me the one time we were on the phone?
Oh, I don't remember.
We
He
were
was
talking on the
pooping.
Apple Watch, the
He was
walkie-talkie.
talking about pooping. Farts. I don't
Yeah,
know.
something
Probably
like
two. Yeah, probably farting. Wow.
Or I peed my pants or something. He said something to me.
Maybe. I don't know.
I said, did Ramsey pee his pants? Why did Ramsey pee his pants?
Kids, man. This is wild shit.
What else we got?
Want to talk about the combine? Did anyone watch? It's my favorite event of the year.
We know you did.
Of course I did.
You were live tweeting
It's
us.
glued to
live,
the TV.
Live texting us.
I was. Yeah, you guys definitely got annoyed with that.
Not
Sorry.
really.
No, keep going. Go.
So
for it.
I did. So if you want, I did write.
give your highlights.
I wrote 2 articles on Fansided. One, the 10 best performances and 10 worst performances. Quickly, D-Head Metcalf, the receiver from Ole Miss. He's unbelievable. He's Calvin Johnson without the agility.
Is he a first rounder?
100%. He's top 10 pick.
Oh.
Dude, he's 235, 1.6% body fat, and ran a 4.340
Wow.
and jumped 40 inches. He weighs like about 20 pounds more than Michael Jordan and jumps the same height as him.
Jesus.
And runs probably faster than him. That's insane. His dad and his uncle. I think his uncle or his dad was Eric Metcalf. You remember
So
him?
my
He's a good
question
player,
for you
yeah.
is:
Yeah.
Is there anyone in your list of top 10 that was expected to be there? Anyone?
Him.
Oh, okay.
He was expected to be in this like elite
Okay.
athlete.
And now, is there anyone in your bottom 10 that was expected to be in your top 10?
I mean, there was people that disappointed that looked a lot better on tape. That
Mhm.
or like they looked like a better athlete on tape than they
Right.
did in the combine. Like the Ole Miss offensive tackle, Greg Little.
But isn't tape better?
100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. At the end of the day, I mean, the combine the importance of the combine happens for the teams behind closed doors. Like, you don't see, like, the measurements and all that fun stuff is cool and it's fun to watch, but it's like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of the full scouting
the
report.
best way to judge is film.
Yeah, like if I was going to do like a weighted scale, like I'm playing around with grading people, like truly grading them on like film would be like 75% of it. Play style, testing, like those things matter. Like experience, stats, those matter, but like the actual film is the most important thing. That's why I like Metcalf. I think he's a stud. I think what he did in college was
So where do you think he lands? Like, where does he fall? Who does it need?
So here's a little teaser. I'm dropping a 7-round mock draft on Saturday or Sunday, and he's a top 10 pick. He's going to Buffalo at number 9.
They need a receiver
in my mock. Yeah, and he's perfect for Josh Allen. Like, he's a linear athlete. He's going to run straight ahead. He's big. He knows the game. He's a really good fit there. Who else impressed? The linebacker from LSU, Devin White. He'll be a first rounder. He's a stud. Dallas is peeking around safeties at the combine, and the safety prospects were unbelievable. It was so fast. There was there was like 340s in the safeties. It's a good group there. Kyler Murray was the talk of the combine, because he wasn't 5'9", he was 5'10" and an eighth or something like that, and his hands.
That made a big difference.
Yeah, there's like thresholds in the NFL. Like, if you're not a certain threshold, you're less likely to get picked. He's still going to.
Yeah, that's gradually decreased. Like,
100%. Baker Mayfield was the shortest number one.
Russell Wilson was.
Yeah, but he was third round pick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now it's coming down, and it's being more exciting.
He still would have been a third round pick today, I think.
Could be a first pick.
Kyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have him mocked as my first pick. It's stupid. I mean, we can talk about that if you want to, but from what I read today, though, if he's not picked first, he's going to fall because teams did not like him. He was bad in interviews. He was bad, like, on the whiteboard. That's not a good sign for a quarterback.
Who's got number 1 this year?
Arizona.
I think a lot of most of the I forget. I don't have the draft order in front of me, but I don't think there's a lot of the first.
So like, here's the first 5, right? You got Arizona. They don't need a quarterback. They just drafted Rosen.
Yeah.
They just drafted Rosen last year, right? You got San Francisco. They have Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets. They just took Darnold. The Raiders. Like, you can talk about the Raiders maybe being landing spot for Kyler.
Not with Derek Carr still on their budget.
You could trade him,
I
but
guess.
I mean, really, do they need a quarterback? They have so many holes. Are they really going to take a quarterback? Tampa at 5. There's Jameis Winston's there.
Yeah, but he's.
They're going to pay him. They want to pay him.
Oh.
He's in his 5th year. Put it this way: you're not going to draft him now unless you 100% are. You're not going to draft a quarterback unless you're 100% like out on Winston. And if that's the case, why pick up his 5th year option? Like, they picked up his 5th year option. They took a coach in Bruce Arians who fits him.
If they're in on Winston,
and like the coach they hired fits what Winston does more than what Murray does. Who's 6th? Then the Giants. You got the Giants and the Jags. That's the 2 spots where the quarterbacks can go.
And the Giants just aren't going to
I'll
draft
tell you
a quarterback.
what. I know you're not. I know you're not big on Derek Carr.
I've turned around.
But hear me out.
I'm not.
If he went to the Jaguars, you don't think he can excel?
Yeah.
Wait, he's not. Foles is going to the Jags.
Yeah, I think they.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, somebody like him, younger.
Yeah. The problem is the money with him.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to spend that much money on him, do you expect elite level performance?
Oh yeah. No,
that.
I know. I just think that's a place where he would be able to.
Yeah. I think the Raiders stick it out one more year with him. I think Kyler goes number 1.
The quarterback pay has just blown up so much that even average quarterback.
Yeah, but then you're in the hole like the Raiders are in.
How could the Cardinals give up on Rosen that fast?
So the thing with that is that the new coach that brought in Kingsbury runs this like air raid offense, like spread out the field, no huddle, that kind of stuff. People point to the fact that Murray would be a perfect fit because he ran a similar style in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Personally, and I've written this on multiple occasions, I think Rosen's perfect for Kingsbury. He's cerebral. He's pinpoint accurate. He knows what he can do. He climbs the pocket really well.
They traded up
to get
him.
Yeah,
so
less than a year ago.
You have to factor in all that draft capital that you lost.
And people are already shitting on him. And he played behind the worst offensive line in football with mediocre at best weapons.
And how is a 5'9" quarterback going to do behind
an offensive line that
terrible offensive line?
Yeah, so
I don't follow college much, but from what I've heard, he had one of the best offensive lines.
He has 4 offensive linemen getting drafted.
Yeah.
2 of the best guards in the draft and a tackle that are all going to get drafted. And even his other tackles, they're there. They're going to be drafted. They're going to play. And he had skill positions. He had a first round, maybe second round caliber wide receiver. The other receiver is a first round talent next year. And their running back was the best running back in the draft before he got hurt. So he played in this elite system. I don't know about Kyler. I really don't. Like, He could be a stud. He could be flame out in 2 years. All these quarterbacks. I don't like a single one of them. I think Haskins sucks. I don't like any of them. These quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you
Drew
gotta
Lock
figure-
sucks.
You got to figure if Rosen goes somewhere, that's a different.
That's just terrible strategy. Like, why would you, a team that has maybe the most holes in the NFL,
Instant gratification.
take
Goes right back to our conversation
and there's
earlier.
it's a 34-year-old head coach, brand new millennial head coach, who said in the past, like, I would take Kyler number 1. So the interviews are bad though. If this is true, if all the shit's true that the interviews were bad, he was bad on the whiteboard, he'll fall because teams do not fuck around with that. You need to impress in those interviews. There's a couple guys like the edge rusher from Florida. He was supposed to be this insane athlete. Granted, he had a hamstring injury. He ran a 4.840 at like 245, 250 pounds, something like that. Like, that's not okay. And then to the public, came out and was like, people asked him, like, how was your interviews? And he's like, oh, they just bashed me the whole time. I didn't like it. They just hated on my game. They didn't think I could do anything. Like, you don't say that shit publicly. You say,
He'll be on Dallas next year.
no, they're not going to.
No, I
They
know. I'm
won't
just
touch him.
kidding.
Especially when you're not even in the league yet. Like, get in the
Yeah.
league, get your feet wet before
Yeah.
you
Like,
start talking like
be
that.
as cookie
Like,
cutter as possible.
Yeah.
Unless you're a quarterback. If you're a
'cause you're-
quarterback,
'cause
I'm
you're-
the best player in this draft. I'm going to win everywhere I go. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Those are the only, and
If-
corners.
if he's
Quarterbacks
that-
and corners.
if he's that cocky before even getting into the league,
It's just gonna be trouble later.
Yeah.
And after you
he's going
bomb
to
the
be the next
combine.
Antonio Brown.
After you bomb the combine. Like, bomb the combine. That shit can't happen. So the Georgia corner, DeAndre Baker, apparently same thing. Shitty combine. The kid I like the most is the Mississippi State pass rusher, Montez Sweat, ran a 4.40 at 6'6", 250 or 260. He's the fastest, like, weight adjusted guy since, like, Julius Peppers, maybe something like that. Like, he's flying. It was cool. The combine's awesome. They put it on ABC and it got smoked in the ratings, so that won't happen again.
Yeah,
But
definitely not.
they're talking next year now, letting the NFL Network be considered the 33rd team and conduct interviews, medical testing, and so you can see everything from now on. That's what the talks are. I don't
see
think the
that
NFL
happening.
goes for it. Definitely not the medicals, but the interviews, like that, we may see that happen. It would be really cool. I want to see. I watched a ton of videos. Like,
If it increases ratings, they'll do it.
Now, is it
Yeah.
is this like a typical job interview, or is it like
I mean, no,
they
like
throw
they
you
ask-
in football scenarios and ask you like a
you have like 5 to 15 minutes with these people, so every team does it a little differently. It depends on the position you play. Like,
Right.
quarterbacks are getting thrown on that whiteboard and being like, hey, your college coach told us you run spider 2Y banana, whatever. Like, that's like the famous play call. Draw it up for us and show us like your reads. And they'd be like, all right, so the X receiver is going to run a 7-yard curl, and if the safety bails, then he's my number 1. If the safety's in the box, I'm looking towards my Z, and like that kind of shit. But like the corner from Texas, Chris Boyd, he walked in the interview and was in a staring contest for a legit 30 seconds. He was like, they just stared at me. And they said, all right, ready, go. And they just stared at him for 30 seconds. No one blinked. And he was like, so I didn't blink. And he's like, they were like, did you win? He's like, yeah, I won the staring contest. That same guy got asked if he had both his testicles. That was like an interview question.
With that what?
If he had both his
why do they
testicles.
do this? Just to fuck with them?
Yeah, it's to see how you react on your feet and that kind of stuff. Des Bryant was asked by multiple teams if his mother was a prostitute.
Yeah.
Just straight up, is your mother a prostitute?
I wonder if he said yes.
I don't know. I was asked my dad about, like, it's got to be in their collective bargaining that they can really ask anything. But like, have you you've interviewed people to give them jobs? Yeah. Like, you can't ask them if their mother was a whore.
No.
You can't ask them if both their
No,
balls are
because if
there.
you don't hire them because of that, then it's a bias.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
I
ask
guess
questions like
it's
that.
different in the NFL, obviously. But
Maybe
Yeah.
I should ask. No.
they walk in the room and you just stare at them.
I'd probably get fired.
Just stare right through their soul. Yeah, there'll be more stuff that comes out in the next week or so. It just wrapped up. But it's a time where a lot of business gets done in the NFL too. Like, people are talking trades and all that nonsense. My feeling right now is Kyler's going to go number 1. Rosen's going to get traded for like a 2nd round pick to like New England and be Brady's backup for 2 years and then light the league on fire because he's the best quarterback in the draft last year.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Me either. That would be really stupid by Arizona. Like, Nick Bosa and Quinnen Williams are studs, and they should be the first 2 picks easy, and they're gonna fuck it up.
You never know.
No, I mean, you got a lot of time. Pro days.
Maybe we'd like to see Kyler Murray end up on the Giants. Maybe they'll jump instead of Haskins.
Nah, Gettleman's not touched. I do think they take Haskins if he's there. I do. I think
You
because
think they move up for him?
depends on what they'd have to give up.
I don't think they have to move up for him because I don't think
I
there's
don't
a
I don't
threat
know though.
ahead
Like
of-
I think Jacksonville's going to try to jump them, and I think Jacksonville has eyes for Haskins because don't forget it's Coughlin and Marone. Those are two old school guys who want big, strong quarterbacks.
Yeah, why would you sign Foles and draft?
They didn't sign Foles yet.
Yeah, but all the reports that they're signing Foles.
Sign Foles 2-year deal. Let Haskins play a year, and that second year they battle it out with that second year being no guaranteed money. Look what Chicago did with Mike Lennon. Signed him to a 2-year deal. The second year no guaranteed money,
And Trubisky
and then
comes
drafted
takes
and
over.
then jumped up to draft Trubisky too.
Foles also won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
Like-
he's the same age range. He hasn't shown that he can succeed anywhere other than Philly.
I don't know. I think if you're signing Foles, I think you're thinking that he's going to be there for. Why not put weapons around him instead of
He's
drafting
30 years
another,
old.
another person? Brady's going to play till.
Yeah, you can't go on Brady though.
You can't compare Brady.
No, I'm not. I'm not comparing talent. I'm comparing just age. Like how.
Yeah,
like
but
how
those are
much
outliers.
About how much longer
You can't go off the outlier. He's not the rule.
Brady, Breeze.
Those are two. Those are two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. You can't put them in the same stratosphere as an average
as the
quarterback
game-
at best.
You can't touch quarterbacks anymore. Quarterbacks are going to be playing a lot
Oh,
longer than
I agree,
they
but
are
his
now,
skills
than
may
than they were in the
regress.
past.
His skills may regress quicker. Like look at Roethlisberger and Manning and Rivers. Like those skills have regressed significantly. They're not elite quarterbacks anymore. They're average quarterbacks. I think if they're and Coughlin and don't forget Haskins is 1 year starting experience. So you take Foles, even if Haskins has to sit for 2 years, that may benefit him in the long run. And it's not like they have huge holes elsewhere. Like they're not going to they could take a receiver or
They have
guard or a
weapons.
tackle.
They have weapons.
They need a receiver or two, but they're not going to take one at the number 7 pick. I think I've been saying
Why
this for a
wouldn't
while.
Why wouldn't they jump for what's his name?
Metcalf.
Yeah.
I don't think he Coughlin's not that kind of guy. Coughlin doesn't see that like big flashy receiver and jumps at him. Especially this deep. This is a deep receiver class. Deep receiver class. I want the Cowboys. Here's a name: Andy Isabella from UMass.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah,
name
that's
being
the
thrown
guy I
around
want
the Cowboys.
for the Cowboys to take at 58. 4.3 40, elite punt returner, slot receiver, wins with speed, with quickness. Like he's Cole Beasley and Julian Edelman, like prototype, like size and speed, but with 4.3 feet. So
Yeah, and Cole wants $20 million guaranteed.
yeah, he can get the fuck out of here. He can get. Here's your papers. Go get the hell out of here. Go get
Nobody's
that.
giving him that.
Yeah, go get that from Oakland, and then suffer the rest of your career.
Yeah, he'll be there with AB.
Oh my god, they're gonna trade for him. Oakland's gonna trade for him, but they're not gonna trade the first. They're gonna trade the second round pick for him.
I can't believe what.
Did you see he's on that
is.
app? That new app? You ever heard of this app? You might. You're an app guy. There's an app where you can ask celebrities to make you a video, customized video for certain money, and they'll do it. Like Gary Busey is on it.
No, I haven't seen that.
Antonio Brown, $500 a video.
Nice.
Fully customized video. You can ask them to say whatever you want, and they'll say it for $500. That's not bad.
Not for somebody that makes the money.
I would
he's making.
not waste my money on that.
There's
Me
tons
neither.
of people on there. Caitlyn Jenner, I think it's like $2,000, something like that. Like some people have crazy money. I forget the app that it's.
I want to pay $1 for him to make me a video.
I don't get it either, but apparently people like it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. What the hell the app is
We should do a GoFundMe
to get a video from Antonio Brown?
to do a video,
promo video
a
for us.
promo video for the podcast. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the app now. What else are you interested in the comment? I want to do an episode where we talk a little bit, like a lot about the draft, and you guys can ask me tons of questions because I'm super into it. This year, I did like every week I was writing about the prospects who were rising.
Aren't
throughout
you
the
always
week.
into it?
Yeah, but this year more than ever because every week I was profiling the people who helped or hurt themselves
Oh, I gotcha.
throughout the year in college football. So I know a lot of the names. I'm really big into this draft this year. I also think this is an excellent draft. It's just I think you're going to see starters in like the 4th or 5th round and be like, what the fuck? He's a 5th round pick and he's like a stud. And that's the kind of shit that's going to happen more than not. Cameo. It's called. Cameo is
It
the
sounds
app.
familiar.
Yeah, I think I've heard of
Cameo is the app. It makes sense. It's a good name. But yeah, you can get a video from like Gary Busey or Antonio Brown or Caitlyn Jenner.
Interesting.
Those are the 3. Yeah. And then the combine ends like it always does with Rich Eisen running the 40.
Yeah. How'd that go?
He did well.
that. Did he beat Brady?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. He never does. The guy who runs the simulcam, so like if you watched at all, they simulcam it. So it's like they put
Like the ghost cam? Like it's a ghost.
yeah, but it's like real people. So like
Oh.
Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, and then the top running back this year. They'll show all 3 of them on the same screen running at the same time, and you can see who's like a little ahead, who's a little behind.
Yeah.
It was cool to see like that Metcalf guy, that big dude, and it's like him, Odell, Calvin Johnson, and Julio Jones, and it's all on the same screen running the same 40, like not in separate windows, all in the same window on the same field in the same setting of the 40, and you just see like he's here, shade behind him's Calvin Johnson, and then shade behind them are Julio Jones and Odell, and you're like, holy shit, he's like 50 pounds more than Odell Beckham, and he's a legit full step in front of him.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the best shooters in the NFL. It's impressive.
Yeah. Well, see how they keep it up.
His teammate did the same thing. His teammate went out and ran like a 4.4.
No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They'll have 3 receivers drafted, that Ole Miss team. They were loaded. 1.6% body fat for anyone who follows body fat is super unhealthy. Yeah, like really unhealthy. You shouldn't be doing that.
You said super unhealthy?
Yeah. 4% is the threshold that you're supposed to be at. Like the that's like you're right there. Anything lower than that, you're starting to lose like the fat surrounding your visceral organs. And
eat some cheeseburgers, man.
Yeah, he needs to. I'll show you guys. I mean, you guys saw the picture.
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. He's loaded. He's insane. And he did 27 reps at 225 on the bench.
Straight?
Yep. Yeah, you have to do him straight.
I could do that. No, I can't.
I think the most I ever got was like, I think I did 12 or 15 once, and that wouldn't even qualify for like a running back. It's nuts. Yeah, guys are different.
I think the most that I've ever done of 225 is like around that.
Yeah, like 10 or 12, I think I've done reps for. Yeah, we're going to do a combine next year. I don't care what you guys say. We're doing it.
This year. No, this year?
Well, next year. We don't want to do it without the combine. We want to do it around the same time. So like January, February next year, we're going to get going.
We got some drones. We'll do some overhead shots.
That's what I'm saying. For the drones, we'll go out to a field, get running. I think one of my friends will let me borrow his electronic timer. Do it for real.
Yeah.
We'll just run like the 5 tests. We'll run the 40, the broad, the high, the 3 cone, and the bench. Boom. There we go.
Yeah. See what happens.
Ralphie's got weights in his garage. Do the reps there. We'll get it done. Maybe we tape it in the summer, but yeah.
All right, let's move on. Gentleman of the week.
All right.
Who's got it?
Perfect. So we just discussed him. Our gentleman of the week is going to be Rich Eisen. So for anyone who did watch the combine, Rich Eisen hosted for the NFL Network with Daniel Jeremiah. And every year for the past 5, maybe 6 years now, he, in his suit, goes out and runs the 40-yard dash. And you can contribute to his charity, which is Run Rich Run, which donates money to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. All you have to do is go online and post yourself running a 40. It doesn't have to actually be 40 yards, but showing you running something with the hashtag Run Rich Run, and they'll donate money to St. Jude for you as well. This year he raised over $1 million for St. Jude's in the 4 days of the combine.
Nice.
So
awesome.
Rich Eisen, obviously always a good guy. Like, people love him, speak very highly of him, and this is just another thing that he does to raise a lot of money. So Rich Eisen, Gentleman of the Week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your service, man. That's awesome. I'm happy to see it. It's funny to watch him run in a suit, and and he gets the whole thing. Like, he gets down in the stance and wears like the super lightweight cleats from Under Armour and pushes. But yeah, he's still in like his 50s. He's running like a mid 5.5.
Did they take a commercial break in between his 40?
They probably could have. They did so many commercial breaks. Oh my god, so many commercials. Yeah, but Rich Eisen, man, that's awesome. I hope he keeps doing it. Next year we'll definitely have a video up of at least one of us running it with the hashtag. If not our whole combine video.
Yeah.
There. So yeah, $1 million, including like a lot of the owners donate. I think the Ravens owner donated like $100,000. So
Her Kraft donated $79.
$79?
Yeah.
Wow. Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh man, if he beats this, it's gonna be really funny.
He didn't beat it, she beat it. That's what she paid him.
No, you paid her to leave, right?
He should have paid her to be quiet.
That's what he should have done. You're absolutely right. Oh man. Well, Rich Eisen.
Allegedly.
Rich Eisen. Not allegedly. Rich Eisen for sure. You are a gentleman of the week.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up today. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Later.